Welcome to Animania Chronicles, where we dive deep into the captivating worlds of anime, dissecting stories, unraveling characters, and sharing our passion for all things animated. In part 3 of our review series on Viral Hit, tensions rise as Hobin faces new challenges and unexpected betrayals. Join us as we explore the thrilling twists and turns that keep you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss out on the drama and excitement. The trio takes a walk after that, and Hobin believes that if they ask anyone the question about who is the girl's boyfriend, everyone will say that it is Kim. He thinks that he is definitely the third wheel, and even when he drops behind, no one seems to notice it. Hobin tells Kim and Bomi that he has to head home because his ingrown toenail is hurting him. He walks away limping on purpose because if he stays in the company of two attractive people longer than this, he will die of self-loathing. Bomi doesn't seem to be happy that he is leaving so quickly, and it seems she has caught on that Hobin was lying. However, none of them is aware that Snap is nearby, shooting the entire thing with his camera setup. Hobin freaks out upon noticing him, but Snap strangles him to stop him from shouting and making things worse. He explains that he was just following him because he was worried. He lectures Hobin about the pathetic excuse he made earlier and asks why he wimped out when things were going so well for him. Hobin tries to free himself from his clutches and tells him to try getting between Bomi and Kim if he thinks he can, and then headbutts him. Hobin yells that he knows better than anyone else that Bomi is way out of his league. Snap pretends to be some sage and says that love is like a fighting tournament where many guys compete for the attention of one girl. He asks Hobin if he is giving up just because an opponent stronger than him showed up. Hobin meekly replies that he won't lose if he doesn't play, and Snap grabs his collar, telling him the story of a world-famous basketball coach who motivated his players when they were about to give up. The coach told them that if they give up, they have already lost the game. Snap asks Hobin if he really wants to give up now. He reminds him that it was Bomi who asked him out and bought coffee for him. Snap says, why would someone spend money on a loser like him if they were not interested in him in the first place? He reminds Hobin how sad Bomi looked when he was heading back and asks if he still wants to quit. Hobin is moved to tears on hearing this and hugs Snap, thanking him for opening his eyes. Snap acts cool, telling him this is what friends are for, and sends Hobin off to confess to Bomi. As Hobin struts confidently towards Bomi, Snap shows his true colors and pulls out the camera setup out of nowhere. He is planning to record Hobin confessing to his crush and getting rejected because that is sure to get them a lot of views. However, he spots someone on the way and freezes in his tracks. On the other hand, Hobin has reached Bomi, who asks him if his toenail is fine. He tells her that he got over it, but Kim asks him if he wants his ingrown toenail to be yanked out by a professional. Hobin panics on hearing that, but then Kim suddenly gets up and leaves. Hobin is even more confused now, but Bomi explains that Kim has a match next week, so he must return to practice. Hobin feels relieved that Bomi was not on a date with Kim, and he wishes him the best of luck for his next fight. Kim turns around and tells him that he is a good fighter and claims that he checked out his YouTube channel. Kim knows that Hobin moved to intercept the punches early in his last video so that he doesn't get hurt and asks if he didn't use the next move after that on purpose. Hobin is confused now because he doesn't even understand what the next move was. Anyway, Kim decides to leave, saying that he will wait for his next video. Hobin suddenly realizes that he is not the only one who watches Coachman's channel. After that, he sits down to talk with Bomi, but he is blushing too much to say anything clearly. He fidgets and starts rubbing his pants, gaining enough friction to release smoke from them. He finally gets enough courage and asks Bomi what her ideal type is. She turns red on hearing this and nervously says she prefers an honest person. Hobin feels butterflies and decides to confess his feelings to her honestly, but as he tries telling her that she is his ideal type, he notices Snap hiding in the bushes and yanks him out. Hobin starts lecturing him for setting him up only to record a video, but he is shocked to see that Snap's face is already bruised and swollen. Then the towering figure of Pac appears behind him, who is here for his revenge. Bomi tries to confront them, but Hobin simply asks her to get away from there. Pac says that she has nowhere to go and suddenly grabs her collar, calling her a bitch for not sharing her number with him earlier. Hobin is angry, but he recalls Coachman's lessons to not let his emotions take control of him during a fight. he taunts Pak, asking him if he wants to be a loser again. This works on the bully, and he charges towards Hobin, who puts his forehead forward to intercept the punch safely. However, what hits him is a powerful uppercut from Pak, who has already seen his video and learned his fighting style. Hobin loses his balance and curses himself for using the same technique again and again like a fool. He regrets not watching the other videos and wonders what the next move Kim was talking about. Pak angrily watches towards him, but Hobin's mind is already going blank and he loses consciousness. In that brief moment, he recalls how he used to live a quiet life as a bully boy, but his attitude changed once he started making money off YouTube. He was overconfident just because he learned one technique in a fight and showed his face to the world because that would earn him more money. However, after earning money, he became complacent and began focusing on studying or learning to fight, and that has made him a loser again. It starts raining, and Hobin is on the ground surrounded by Pak and his friends. He has been beaten pretty badly, and he can only beg Pak to let him go home. His friends hold Bomi tightly, and Hobin begs Pak to at least let her go. He thought that getting beaten was nothing because wounds heal pretty quickly, but this time he feels that the emotional scar he got by being humiliated in front of Bomi will never get filled. Pak hits him, but Hobin is determined to make sure that Bomi reaches home safely no matter what it takes. He gets on his knees and apologizes to Pak, who says that his apology lacks sincerity. He tells Hobin to take his pants off and apologize again, that too in front of all his viewers. Snap is being forced by Pak's friends to shoot a live stream for their channel as Hobin gets humiliated, and he can only apologize to his friend while crying. Pak tells him to take his pants off and apologize, and then he will let him go. Then suddenly, Bomi slaps the bully, and he is pissed at her. He tells Snap to point the camera away because even he can't punch a girl in a live stream. Before he can do that, Hobin gets up and slides down his pants because this is the only way he can save the girl he loves. He takes off everything apart from his underwear and tells Pak to let Bomi go. He laughs at the mad lad who really stripped to apologize and thinks that his career as a YouTuber is over now. He asks him to send all his subscribers to his channel and shut down his account, but Hobin is going to do one last act of retaliation. Bomi suddenly closes her eyes, and even Pak nervously asks Hobin to stop because he is taking off even his underwear now. He knows that this may mean that Bomi will never look at him ever again. But by doing this, he can make Pak's account permanently banned from YouTube, and that is his final act of resistance. However, just as he is about to pull his underwear all the way down, Kim appears behind him out of nowhere and pulls them back up, lifting Hobin along with them. He tells him to keep them on and says that he rushed here because he saw Pak's live stream. Kim then calmly walks towards the bullies and caves in the face of one of them with a single punch. He hits the bully with a rattling punch combo and then kicks him away. The next bully also gets hit by a barrage of punches, and then it is finally the turn of Pak. He tries to apologize and says it was just a misunderstanding, but Kim knocks him off his feet with just one hit. He asks Bomi if she is fine, and she replies that she is okay and that it is Hobin they should be worried about. Hobin is on his knees and his head is hung down because he is too embarrassed to face anyone. Kim takes Bomi away, and when she tries to reach Hobin, he tells her that he needs to be left alone right now. She keeps glancing back at him while walking away, but the grief and embarrassment stay with Hobin. He wonders when he became a loser. He remembers the time when he was a normal student until he met Pak and got beaten by him for no reason. That was the beginning of his hellish school life. He became too afraid to look anyone in the eye, spoke so softly that no one could hear him, and his posture worsened as he began to keep bowing before everyone. The rain finally stops, and Hobin is still on his knees. Snap apologizes to him, but he can only cry at his own weakness. Soon after that, Pak is back on his YouTube channel telling people that he has a fresh model to entertain them. That model is none other than Snap, who is wearing the same ugly clown makeup that Hobin once wore. He wonders where Hobin is now because it has been days since he last came to school. While Snap acts a fool and cooperates with Pak, all he wants to do is properly apologize to Hobin when he sees him again. Bomi has also tried calling him again and again, but Hobin doesn't even pick up her calls. He is holed up in his house wishing to disappear from the face of the world. However, that is not what he is doing. He is watching Coachman's YouTube channel and learning to fight. He trains till sweat starts flowing in streaks down his entire body and watches coachmen saying that all motivational speakers and self-help books are useless. The true desire to change and become stronger comes from within a person and not outside. Hearing this, Hobin starts doing push-ups again, turning his rage into the fuel that drives him forward. He is ready to work as hard as he needs to become a strong fighter. He is ready to devote an entire month to complete all of Coachman's fighting tutorials and become an invincible warrior. Back in the school, Snap is getting bullied by Pack in his live stream, and his viewers are ready to pay him if he can get the boy to strip. Pack calls out Hobin, asking if he is going to leave his friend to endure all this bullying alone. Despite that, with tears in his eyes, Snap asks Hobin to not come to school and stay at home. However, Hobin is watching the live stream standing right behind him. Pack laughs and says that he was waiting for him, but Hobin simply tosses his phone to Snap and walks to face the bully. Snap doesn't understand anything even as he sees that live streaming is on, and Hobin tells him to stop acting like an idiot and hold the camera properly. He looks Pack in the eye and declares that his channel's returning video is called How to Fight and Beat an Ordinary Person. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for part 5 and make sure to check out this brand new anime about a loser who gets reincarnated as a prince with godly abilities. The day before this happened, Snap was congratulating Rumi on hitting 100,000 subscribers on her channel. Immediately after that, he began ranting about how it has been 1 month since the bastard Hobin suddenly disappeared. He says that it was too much for a loser like him to suddenly get famous and then get humiliated in front of the world. Rumi asks Snap if he wasn't friends with Hobin, and he replies that he could never be friends with such a loser. Suddenly, Pack comes there and puts his hand around Snap's shoulder. Pack asks him to repeat what he just said about Hobin, and Snap replies that he was just his business partner, and other than that, he didn't care about him at all. On hearing this, Pack suddenly hits Snap for being a traitor. No matter whose side he goes to, he lectures him for sucking up to everyone like a loser and calls him even more pathetic than Hobin. The rest of the class gives him scornful looks as well, and Snap knows they are right to call him a worthless loser. He cries, thinking how he is not good at anything and that sucking up to the powerful ones is the only way he can survive without any friends. In the meantime, Pack starts his live stream, and he has completely adopted his gangster image now, which has made his channel grow even stronger than it was before his downfall. On the other hand, Hobin and Snap's channel viral hit is on a steady decline because they haven't posted anything in a month. Pack approaches Snap and tells him to bring Hobin to school the next day because, if he can do that, he will allow him to become his cameraman again. Snap curses him in his mind, but accepts the chance anyway. He is ready to survive even if it means selling out his friend for that. That evening, Snap runs to the hospital where Hobin's mom is admitted and barges into her room to ask her where Hobin is. Hobin's mom is shocked that her son is not going to school, so she gives Snap her address, and his face lights up on receiving it. However, as she tells Snap that Hobin talks about him a lot and says he is glad to have a friend like him, he is thunderstruck and drops the address. That's it for today. Stay tuned for part 4 of our viral hit review series. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vast realms of anime. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more thrilling reviews and discussions. Until next time, keep exploring the boundless wonders of anime with us.